When I was in my early 20s, I spent a lot of time working as a salesman for my mother and her accounting firm. I went to school to become a kinesiology major so I can graduate to become a physical therapist, and guess what? That never happened. At a certain point, I decided, just like many of you watching this video, that I wanted to become a millionaire. I knew that my two most valuable skills were my sales capabilities and my ability to study. I also knew a lot about the tax industry, having worked in it for several years with my mom, so I chose to create a service-based business around these two skills, sales and tax. Playing to my strengths worked very well for me, and it can work well for you too. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to tell you the steps I would take to become a millionaire in 2025. If I were starting from scratch, what would I do? So becoming a millionaire is a goal of yours. This is the video for you. I'll also be answering questions from my subscribers all the way at the end, so be sure to stay to the end. Let's do this. All right, traps to avoid. The first thing that you need to know about becoming a millionaire is that there are a number of important traps that you have to avoid. If you don't avoid these traps, you could get stuck in one and it could prevent you from becoming a millionaire. Trap number one is only pursuing work you are passionate about. Many people make the mistake of only doing work that they are passionate about. But here's the thing, work that you are passionate about does not always translate into wealth. For example, you could be incredibly passionate about art. You could take on a low-paying job working at a museum. It's not necessarily going to make you wealthy. If your goal is to make $1 million, then emotional fulfillment is not the only thing you should focus on. It's okay to pursue your passion, but you have to make sure that your passion lines up with the right opportunity to make money as well. Here's trap number two, listening to people who are not millionaires. Everybody and their brother will have an opinion on how you can get rich. But if they're not millionaires themselves, then they most likely don't really know what they are talking about. So if you follow the advice of unsuccessful people, you'll be likely to get similar results to the ones that they got, which is not what you want. And trap number three, getting distracted with time-wasting activities. If you want to become a millionaire, for most of you, it's going to take a tremendous amount of time, energy, effort, and focus. This means that you're going to have to dramatically reduce the amount of time you spend doing low ROI activities like playing video games, watching Netflix, and going to happy hours with your friends. Time is an incredibly important resource, and you'll need every last bit of it to be used wisely to become a millionaire. For perspective, when I was trying to become a millionaire, I was working 7 days a week. In fact, I still work 7 days a week a lot of the times. If you can work on the weekends, it increases the odds of you reaching your financial goals. Now, we discussed some of the traps, some of the pitfalls that people fall into when trying to become a millionaire. Let's talk about some of the things you should strongly consider doing to make you your first million. Increasing your income. If you're not a millionaire yet, one of the main reasons why is probably because your income is simply not high enough. There are two main ways to increase your income. Number one, get a higher paying job, or number two, start a business. There, I said it, that's simple. You're going to have to choose which option will be best for you, and it really depends on your situation. If you're already somebody that has a high value skill set or a valuable degree, then seeking a high paying job might be the better option for you. If you don't, you could still go this route if you want to, but you might have to first invest in a substantial amount of time, money into obtaining high valuable skills, a professional credential, a valuable degree. It is very difficult to attain a high paying job without one of these things. If you don't want to go down that path, then starting a business might be the better option for you. Starting a business has a number of advantages over just getting a job. For example, many jobs have salary caps that limit what you can earn. Businesses don't have salary caps, so if you can make your business successful, there is potentially no limit to how much money you can make. Many businesses are also scalable, meaning that once you create a successful formula, you can continue to grow it and grow it and grow it. Also, business owners qualify for a lot more tax deductions compared to salaried employees. And this is mostly due to Code Section 162A, which allows business owners to deduct ordinary, necessary, reasonable expenses in the pursuit of their business's income. If you're going to go down this route of starting a business, here are the steps you'll need to take. Number one, identify your skills and advantages. In order to create a good business, we first have to identify the unique skills and advantages that you have. Doing this can help you to figure out which kinds of businesses to set up. Here's what I would recommend. Make two lists. For the first list, I want you to write down all the skills that you possess that you think are valuable, okay? This could be sales, marketing, graphic design, video editing, weightlifting, social media management, cooking, anything that you can do that you think people will pay you money for. On the second list, I want you to write down the niches that you know a lot about. For example, if you're a musician, you might know a lot about music equipment. If you're really into fashion, you might know a lot about clothing brands. After you have these two lists, you should be able to see clearly, okay, what skills are you currently possessing and what business niches do you have knowledge over that you could be an advantage in? Some of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time started out by analyzing themselves in a similar way in order to choose the right business opportunity. When I was in my early 20s, I spent a lot of time working as a salesman for my mother and her accounting firm. I went to school to become a kinesiology major so I can graduate to become a physical therapist. And guess what? That never happened. At a certain point, I decided, just like many of you watching this video, that I wanted to become a millionaire. I knew that my two most valuable skills were my sales capabilities and my ability to study. I also knew a lot about the tax industry, having worked in it for several years with my mom, so I chose to create a service-based business around these two skills, sales and tax. Playing to my strengths worked very well for me, and it can work well for you too. A lot of business entrepreneurs in the world played to their strengths to get to where they are today. For example, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, the founders of Apple Inc., had skills for designing and building computers. They also had knowledge of the local computer market, so they built a business around these two things. Tony Robbins, one of the best public speakers of this generation, maybe of all time, discovered that he had a talent for public speaking early in his career, so he built a business around this skill. His business became extremely successful, and now he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Okay, moving on now. Let's talk about identifying a problem to solve. If you want your business to be competitive in your marketplace, then you have to solve a problem and you have to solve it extremely well. Ideally, much better than your competitors would solve it. When I was setting up my business, I knew many clients in the tax industry were struggling to find great strategists that could work with them throughout the year to design tax plans that would reduce their tax bill by 50 to 100%. A lot of these people had great CPAs, but their CPAs were simply not helping them save a significant amount of money. Instead, they were mostly just filling out their tax returns. So I said, okay, I will solve that problem for people and I will charge them a significant amount of money to provide strategic tax planning services. This strategy turned out to be, the most effective strategy I ever did. Now, you may not be a tax professional, but if you think about it hard enough, you can probably identify some problems in a niche that you have skills in that you could potentially solve. Once you have identified a problem, you can move on to the next step, which is step number 3. Build a business plan around the problem you want to solve. After you find a problem to solve, you will have to create a plan to provide a product or a service to the marketplace to solve that problem. If you also provide a service, then you'll need to either fulfill the service yourself or you'll need to work with people who are capable of providing the service. For example, let's say that you have identified that there is a shortage of moving companies in your area and you want to solve this problem. So in your business plan, you'll need to include hiring people who can work for your company, who can do the actual moving work. If you're going to provide a product, then you'll need to be able to source the product and sell it for a higher price than the cost that it cost you to acquire it. Many people use the drop shipping model when they want to offer a physical product. This is because this model helps to prevent them from having to order massive amounts of inventory before they generate sales. Instead, orders are fulfilled by a third party as they come in. This can be a good model as well. Now, when you set up your business plan, it should include the exact steps you'll need to use in order to provide your service or offer your product at a profit. Please don't forget that. Step number 4 is marketing your business. Once you have your business plan set up and you're ready to start running your business, then it's time to start marketing. After all, no one knows about your business, then it's going to be really hard to generate sales right off of the bat. there are a few things that you should do in order to market your business successfully. You'll need to create a website for your business, and you'll need to create some social media profiles for it. Welcome to 2025. I recommend at the very least having an Instagram account and a Facebook account for your business. Go get your domain name before you set up the LLC, and you should add a YouTube channel if possible as well. Attention is the oil of the 21st century. The more attention your business gets, the more customers you will get. It's that simple. Once the accounts are set up, start posting content to these accounts regularly. One of the things that helped my business tremendously was when I first got started, I was setting up both a YouTube account and an Instagram account. I published content to these accounts regularly, and it helped draw a lot of attention to my business. I still use this strategy today, and a massive portion of my business leads come from this YouTube channel and from my Instagram channel. So please do not underestimate the importance of social media in the modern business world. Now, in addition to setting up your social media accounts for your businesses, you also need to run paid ads. If you have a marketing budget, then running paid ads can be a great way to get customers for your business and more eyeballs on your business. If you don't have a marketing budget yet, it's okay. Prioritize growing your social media accounts with free content that you can create. The content should be related to your product, service, or niche and the problem you're solving. Make it either educational, entertaining, or better yet, both. Here's step number 5, optimize fulfillment. Once you're drawing enough attention to your business, you'll probably start to generate sales. Once the sales start to come in, you'll have another problem. You'll need to make sure that your business fulfills on all of its orders. Many new business owners tend to struggle with this step. And after all, every business has unique challenges. It's going to be a part of being a business owner. You're going to have growing pains, but it's your job to solve the fulfillment challenges that you faced. With a little bit of time, you will gain experience, and you will hopefully figure out ways to resolve bottlenecks and solve fulfillment challenges. You may have to hire and fire several people along the way, employees, maybe switch suppliers, switch shipping companies, but eventually many business owners get the formula right, and you will too. Step number 6, scale your business. This is the last step. Once your business model is working and you're generating substantial profits, yes, the final thing that you need to do is to grow the operation so that you can make even more money. There are a number of things that you can do to scale your business and generate more customers. For example, you can hire more salespeople. Many salespeople agree to work on commission only if you can't afford them early on. You can also increase your marketing efforts. You can work with affiliate marketers. And as you generate more sales, you may need to hire more staff to help on the fulfillment and other aspects of your business. Hire as many people as you need to, but as long as you can afford them and they fit within your business's plan. Once your business is scaled, hopefully you will reach your goal of becoming a millionaire. All right, let's talk about investing. Now, in addition to increasing your income through getting a higher paying job or building businesses, investing can also help you to become a millionaire. Of course, if you have an extremely low income, then you should prioritize investing in yourself first to develop your skills or build your business. However, once you get a high paying job or start achieving success with your business, then you can start focusing on investing. There are many different ways to invest, and a lot of them can help you to build and grow your wealth over time. One of the safest investments you can make is to just buy an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, which is the top 500 largest companies in the United States by market cap. The S&P 500 has historically generated returns of around 10%. So if you just want to make safe, consistent returns, then the S&P 500 can be a good bet for you. How about retirement accounts? Keep in mind that some investments also have great tax benefits. For example, retirement accounts like the 401k and the IRAs have great tax advantages. If you invest in a traditional 401k or IRA, you invest with pre-tax dollars, which lowers your taxable income, and you are only taxed upon withdrawal in retirement. If you invest in a Roth 401k or a Roth IRA, you invest with after-tax dollars, and your account can grow tax-free. The tax savings you get with these accounts help to increase the overall return that you get. How about real estate? Speaking of tax advantage investments, you guys know real estate can also be a phenomenal investment, right? With real estate investments, you're able to get a massive depreciation deduction that is equivalent to the full building value of the structure. So if you invest in a property with a building structure of $1 million, then the government will literally give you $1 million as a deduction over time. You get to spread it over 27.5 years for residential properties, 39 years for commercial structures. But you can use advanced tax strategies like cost segregation studies to accelerate depreciation timetables. You can learn more about that in this video right here. Now, Another great tax benefit of real estate investing is that if you invest in short-term rentals and if the average stays of your customers is less than 7 days and you manage the property yourself for 100 hours, you can use real estate to offset W-2 and 1099 income. This translates into incredible tax benefit that can wipe out entire tax bills for some people. You can learn more about this strategy here. With real estate, you can also leverage the power of debt to access more capital to fund your investments. We call this using OPM, other people's money. The great thing about using debt to fund investments is that it allows you to make much larger investments than you would have otherwise. So, the real estate investments can generate cash flow. Price appreciations can happen, tax benefits are there, and when done correctly, investing in real estate is one of the best ways to build your wealth and to become a millionaire in the long term. Here are some other investments to consider. Besides the investments I just mentioned, there are a few other investments that can make that growth happen for you and potentially get you to that $1 million. For example, there are so-called Magnificent Seven, which is a group of blue chip tech stocks that have all demonstrated incredible performance over the years. These stocks include Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, and Tesla. If you have a tolerance for risk, then you might also consider investing in blue chip cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin as well for a very small percentage of your portfolio. Bitcoin has been one of the biggest, best performing investments over the last 10 to 12 years. It's also developing a reputation as a solid inflation hedge and store of value. But here's the bottom line. If you want to become a millionaire, you need to increase your income by getting a higher paying job or building a solid business. Choosing the right investments and taking advantage of tax savings where you can is equally as important. Here's a question that came in from one of my subscribers that I want to get a chance to answer. But before I do, I want to remind you guys to sign up for my tax-free wealth challenge, which will be taking place from March 10th through March 14th. Over the course of 5 days in this event, I'm going to teach you the most powerful and advanced tax strategies that I know, and these strategies can reduce your tax bill by up to 50 to 100%. So if you're sick of large tax bills, if you're sick of overpaying Uncle Sam, you want to get all of that money back in the form of a refund, the link is in the description below. Sign up. I look forward to seeing you there. All right, now back to the subscriber question. The question was asked by JoeshMo74 on my How to Buy Your First Rental Property Step-by-Step Guide video. The question is can you use home equity to invest in a rental? The answer is yes. You can use home equity to purchase another rental. Maybe you already have a home and you want to take out a cash out refinance, where you refinance the loan that you have and you obtain a new loan and pull some of the money that was equity out of your house to then go and reinvest it into another property. This is a great solution. However, it is one that I caution you against if you have a very low interest rate right now. Another option when you have a very low interest rate is to take out a HELOC. A HELOC stands for a home equity line of credit. Instead of having to take another loan, you're just taking credit against the equity that's inside of your property. Be sure to speak with your mortgage lender about these options if you are considering borrowing equity to reinvest. My name is Karlton Dennis. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button. I'd love to see you in the next video, and I'll also see you on the Tax-Free Wealth Challenge in March.